The bin wars are certainly going on between these two shops. Yes, as I stand in front of Robert Dias and the discount store, I have never seen shops selling so much. Well, I suppose you could call it rubbish, although I'm not saying they sell rubbish. I've just bought the memory card for this camera from Robert Dias, and yes, certainly the service in Robert Dias is very, very good. But there seems to be an amount of dustbins, boxes, mops, far outreaches the number that the population of Woodley will certainly need. But anyway, welcome along to this week's The Voice of Woodley, as I stand here at the end of the precinct, opposite Waitrose, and near to the legendary Crockenwell Road, which forms much of the history of the town. Well, of course, at the Oakwood Centre we have this comedy coming up, or a play coming up in April called Humble Boy, so make sure you have a look at the Woodley Theatre website for more information on that. Well, if you like dancing, there is of course the Baptist Church holding a barn dance on Saturday evening. Hello to the dog that's just walked past. I hope he's enjoying his walk. So that's on Saturday evening. You have to find a little bit more information about that from the Baptist Church. Now, taking place at St John the Evangelist's Church on March the 17th, there is going to be the Phoenix Choir are putting on a performance, and a well-renowned organist is also going to be doing a couple of solos. So make sure you book your tickets for that and go along to that. Now, of course, it's not very well publicised, I must say, but the Woodley Festival is coming up in March, and this carries on over 3 weekends throughout the month of March. It starts on Saturday the 3rd of March and finishes on Sunday the 18th of March. It's full of competitions and lots of singing and people playing musical instruments, and I think there's some acting going on as well. And of course, Woodley Theatre at the moment has got a comedy going on called Peggy for You. I have absolutely no idea what that's to do with, but that finishes on Saturday. So make sure you look out for that. Now, next week, next Thursday, on the 1st of March, will be Children's Reading Day, and the Chapter 1 bookshop will be having one of their special occasions again, thanks to John and Mary, and they'll be having a well-renowned local, successful throughout the UK children's writer coming in to talk and sign books, so make sure everybody goes along to that. And that's next Thursday, the 1st of March. Well, of course, the churches together in Woodley have a very, very well thought out and very pleasant service, which is called the Food Store, which is at Coronation Hall. So if you find yourself going shopping and you have brought yourself the odd one too many cans of baked beans, which, let's face it, is never a good thing, but they also collect things like sugar, cereals and all sorts of other things that can be preserved. You would drop them off and dedicate them, and what happens is they have people that deliver them round to people that may require some extra help with food and so on, whose finances aren't in the greatest situation. And they are looking for drivers, so if that's something you'd be interested in doing, delivering some of the food around Woodley, then that would be very good. Now, talking of food, there's a very fantastic restaurant that is in, a nice moped, 2-stroke. It's a very good restaurant called La Fontana, which is in Twyford, and that's run by people that live in Woodley, and they serve, I should say, very, very high quality Italian food, so pasta and pizzas. It's all homemade. It's a family run business, and they encourage lots of families to come into the restaurant. So make sure you go to La Fontana. It's a very, very nice restaurant and very good food. Well, of course, taking place on March the 17th, as you should all know, just like April 23rd is our St George's Day, is the Irish St Patrick's Day on March the 17th, and many of the congregation of St John Bosco Church, that's a nice aeroplane flying over, a perfect excuse, of course, to mention the Aviation Museum on Mohawk Way, which is open at the moment. In fact, there are 2 planes flying over, so that's open from 12 till 4 on Wednesday and Sundays at the moment. But as I was saying, the congregation of St John Bosco Church will be holding a special Irish night on March the 17th, so make sure you go along to that. Well, that's about it for the Voice of Woodley for this week, and it's certainly quite warm today, and I can certainly read, which is a great relief. Well, if you have anything to tell me about, then please do, and let me know So you can contact me by email jack.wright@guidemail.co.uk, or you can call me on 07738573812. Well, I must say thank you to David for putting the video up onto YouTube for me, and I shall speak to you soon. So from the voice of Woodley for this week, goodbye for now.